road to the Mann Cup begins right now. The destination, of course, the Mann Cup, but they always say the journey is the best part and part of any road trip, and that trip again beginning tonight for both Six Nations and Cobourg. It's been a while since we've seen these two teams on this journey to the Mann Cup. In fact, the last time I think these two teams went on a journey for the Mann Cup, they were using these kind of sticks from the 1970s. But I digress. My name is Mark Perry alongside Daryl Smart. It is game one of the MSL playoffs between the top-ranked Six Nations Chiefs and the Cobourg Kodiaks. They split the season series, Daryl. What can we expect here for game one very quickly, because it seems like they're getting ready to go immediately. They're not waiting.
They're not ready.
They're ready to go.
They're ready to go. You're absolutely right, Mark. This it was a split. The standings not indicative of these two teams. This is going to be a very tight series, believe it or not. These two teams' defense, you're going to look for one of the best defenders in the league in Scott Dominey. You have Steve Orleman down in net for the Kodiaks. Meanwhile, you have the juggernaut, the Six Nations Chiefs, who have somewhat run roughshod all during this regular season, and based on defense. So we're going to be in for a defensive battle here. And
we're getting started immediately. On the run was Nick Ellerton, and a good save off the hop there by Dougie Jamieson to kick things off after a good possession on the other end by Six Nations to start things off. That's Vaughn Harris over to Austin Stotts. He didn't play in that season finale between these two teams. Of course, that was a 9-7 Cobourg victory. There's a shot right in on goal, and making the save there. Starting in goal for Cobourg, Steve Orleman.
And a lot of these players, both sides, we had a lot of substitutions playing in that final game of the regular season, and everybody's raring to go. Everybody's healthy. You have a healthy Cody Jamieson. You have a healthy Austin Stotts.
And a good shot there. Right off the hop was Dalton Silver on the far side, taking that pass from Austin Stotts. Couple of shots for the Chiefs so far have gone astray. Here's Alex Simmons. His shot right in on goal. Tried to go low, but Jamieson with the save.
And a big first shift for Billy D. Smith.
And now right in on over, trying to find the stretch pass there. Shane Simpson over to Sam LeClaire as they both go to the bench. Yeah, Billy D in the lineup here tonight.
He almost upended Roger Nurse.
I think it was
as he was heading to the players' bench after his first shift.
Been a long time since we've seen him on the floor. That is for sure.
That's for sure.
Usually he's behind the bench in Halifax, if I'm not mistaken.
That's for sure, and he's got that mojo with a lot of these guys that played for the Halifax Thunderbirds as well. So there's that connection there.
Right in on goal. A number of Halifax Thunderbirds on the Six Nations Chiefs. Eric Fennell, of course, Cody Jamieson, part of the Halifax Thunderbirds organization in the NLL. 12 seconds left on the shot clock. Here's Simmons. That one's passed over. Pilo, who had a big game last week. Simmons twisting and turning. 3 seconds left on the shot clock. Simmons takes the shot, but he got knocked down on the pass. And now coming up the court, looks like this is Joey Cupido. Cupido over. Kaminga inside, and having to turn the other way was Liam LeClaire, and Bomberry is going to have to turn back. Fennell for Austin Stotts. Stotts stuttering, stepping around. 4 seconds on the shot clock. Right in on Orleman. He makes the save. And they'll scoop it up.
Kodiak's doing a great job of keeping the Chiefs outside, and that's one thing that they're going to be focusing on.
There's going to be a penalty call here. Big knockdown right in front. Connolly's going to go to the bench. He drew the call there.
Billy D making his presence felt there with his, looks like a high cross check.
Simmons, a delayed call here. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Up top, ripped on goal, and that's going to be stopped by Jamieson, and the whistle goes. And I think Billy D is going to take that long walk to the penalty box.
Nope.
Or is it?
Nope. Oh, yes, it is.
It is Billy D.
Billy D, of course, he's at the beginning of the season, he was all raring to go. We were going to have a nice little splash about it on the Chiefs website, but you know what? He was trying to get fit. Obviously, he hadn't played in about 3 or 4 years, so he's been on the IR all season long, getting fit, getting healthy. And tonight is his first game, and of course we'll talk about IR and players coming into the postseason during the intermission, but Billy D making his season debut tonight, and as he's fully healthy now.
Liam LeClaire with the bounce, and kind of that joker in the pocket, if you will, being played by the Six Nations Chiefs going into the postseason.
He's an intimidating force down in the back end, and that's what you want. And the Chiefs, one thing that they've done all season, their hallmark has been defense and being really stingy and really tough, and Billy D adds to that grit.
Kelly will bounce it back to Cam Milligan. The captain. Up top. Here's Simmons. Moving it around. Milligan looking, shooting, just missed the far side. And another shot at the shot clock goes, and Bell with a stretch pass trying to find Shane Simpson. Simpson scores! Shane Simpson gets the ball on the ricochet, and he opens the scoring.
That's a heck of an individual effort by Shane Simpson, that's for certain. And that was a pure hustle play there as he just went one-on-one and tried to just out-muscled and got that loose ball, picked it up, and put it by Steve Orleman to make this one a 1-0 game. And again, what better way to kill off a penalty than to have the ball in the other team's end and put the ball in the net.
Shane Simpson gets things started here for Six Nations. Scored shorthanded. Simpson didn't have a goal in the regular season. Now he's got one here in the postseason. Pilo. Up top, shot rated on goal, and that one is going to go into the net. Kalen Pilo answers for the Kodiaks. Right at the end of the shot clock. Pilo's done that a few times in this building, where he's just watched the shot clock, let that clock tick away, and he puts it in for the power play goal. We are tied at 1.
Again, a nice individual effort there. Just, and again, this is one thing about this Kodiaks team. They don't give up. They just put their head to the grindstone.
Pilo, of course, had couple of goals last Tuesday, July 26th. Curtis and Simmons had a goal and 2 helpers in that game, in that victory. Simmons twisting and turning, trying to find Pilo. That one's going to be ripped towards the wall as the horn goes. And Leclerc gets it up for Austin Stotts. Stotts getting bodied, and he gets taken down and loses the ball. The physicality from the Kodiaks, and they're able to take advantage. Here's Milligan. Milligan up top. Ben French. He finds Atwood. Atwood shot. That one goes high. He didn't miss by much. And that looks like it's going to be possession Six Nations as the whistle goes. No, it's going to be possession Cobourg. There's a penalty on the play, and it will go against the Chiefs. Didn't see exactly who went into the penalty box there, but nonetheless, Cobourg gets their second power play of the game, and they're 1 for 1.
One thing the Chiefs don't want to do is get into the box too much here. I know it's an obvious statement, but you can't give a team like the Cobourg Kodiaks the man advantage. You have a guy like Cam Milligan who leads the league or is second in the league in power play goals with 4. So you can't give a team like this opportunities because they'll bite you in the butt.
13:20 to go here in this first period. It is a 1-1 score. Simmons looks over. That one's blocked in front. Good defense by the Chiefs there. Milligan, 12 seconds on the shot clock. Great on goal, and that one hits the iron and bounces right in front of us out of play. Milligan will start things again. Up top for Simmons. Simmons with it again. Fakes the reverse. In on goal, and that one goes wide. Bouncing ball right into the net of Simmons. Top for Milligan. Milligan fakes, looks, scoops it down low, and that one stopped. Aaron Woods on the attempt in front. But Dougie Jamieson stands tall again. Here's Tyson Bomberry as the Chiefs gain possession here, shorthanded. Eric Fennell. Fennell up top. He finds Jamieson. Jamieson gets Silver. Silver shoots, and that one's going to be stopped again by Orleman. Just under 50 seconds to go in the penalty. The whistle goes, and it will be Six Nations taking possession. A big possession here as they're able to kill off the majority of the rest of the penalty here. As Cody Jamieson just takes his time. Walks the line, and he waits for his mates to get set up, trying to find his man right in deep. As that was Jordan Durston, who's going to go back to the bench. 10 seconds left in the penalty. Some good penalty killing here for the Chiefs. 15 on the shot clock. Pilon, he's got the goal for Cobourg. Simmons passes it back, finds Milligan. 3 on the shot clock. That one goes down low and wide, and Milligan can't get to it, and that ball's going to roll all the way back down to Cobourg territory, and Six Nations will get possession. Austin Stotts finds Fennell. Fennell moving around. Loses the ball, trying to get it back. Getting bodied there by Connolly. Up top, and that one is stopped on the shoulder by Orleman. Another shot. That one hits a body and goes wide. The ball still loose. Six Nations takes possession here once again. In for Austin Stotts. Stotts with a shot looking for the top corner, but that one's going to go wide and roll all the way across the half line, and it will be Cobourg with the ball here with 10 and change in the first period. Nick Ellerton. Simmons taking a look inside, scores! Down low, Riley Curtis, oh my!
What a great quick stick that is on Riley Curtis. And an even nicer pass. That was just all about threading the needle on that one. Nice job on the solo job on calling. We were doing a little troubleshooting with the broadcast. Sorry about that, everyone. We are on the Tillsonburg affiliate online, just with the live bingo on the Brantford station. So we are live and online right now with the Tillsonburg affiliate. But
hey, sometimes bingo is more important at times. I played a little bingo up north myself yesterday. I'm not gonna lie, true story. It wasn't TV bingo, but nonetheless, the Chiefs looking to answer back. That ball goes way up high, and the Kodiaks looking to add to their lead. Scott Dominy shoots, and he gets hammered down as he takes the shot. The Kodiaks still with possession, though. The ball is still loose. Who's going to get at it? It's still loose. It's going to be scooped up here by Shane Simpson. Exciting action. Game 1 of the MSL postseason. Cody Jamieson looks, shoots, and stopped by Orleman. And it'll be sent up. This is Dylan Hutchinson. Plays for Panther City in the NLL. Finds Milligan. Milligan trying to find his man cutting in. That was Riley Curtis. Curtis pressing the issue on LeClaire. LeClaire shoots down low, stopped by Orleman. Kellen LeClaire from the Calgary Roughnecks. Getting a little rough there. 8:40 to go in this first period. Chris Atwood. He finds Simmons. He's got to go get the ball, though. Right in on the logo. Not much time. 5 on the shot clock. Stopped by Jamieson, and Bell will scoop it up. Good rebound control by the Chiefs, having the men in front to prevent any kind of rebound to get by Jamieson. Cody Jamieson. I believe that's Fennell. Or rather, that was not Fennell. Let's see exactly who that was. I think that was Bomberry, in fact. And LeClaire, good job there as he prevents Pilon from running in alone. LeClaire finds Fennell on the near side. Austin Stotts. Stotts up top. Shot stopped by Orleman again. Stotts will pick it up again with a fresh shot clock here for the Chiefs. They're looking for the equalizer here in the first. Sam LeClaire for Fennell. Fennell looking, shooting. That one goes wide. Fennell with 8 goals in the regular season. 22 points in 9 games. He had quite the year. And good checking there. Here's Austin Stotts trying to go in alone, and a hook by the arm. That was a very beautiful takedown by Scott Dominy, trying to play some defense, but I think that one's going to be. I think that one's going to cost him.
Austin Stotts can hurt you in so many different ways. It's incredible. We all know about his shot. We know about his just fearlessness, and that's just a perfect example of that. He doesn't care if he's taking on 1 player, 2 player, 3 player. We've seen him run with the ball in his stick with 3 guys on his back. In that instance, he just kept on going, and he kept on moving his feet, and in this instance, it was all about drawing a penalty.
And I think for Scott Dominy, I think that's going to be a penalty that the coaching staff for Cobourg, they're going to be happy with that. When you'd rather take that penalty than have Austin Stotts, of all people, 37 goals in the regular season for San Diego in the NLL, another 13 and not in 8 games here for Six Nations this season. I mean, what a sharpshooter he has been in 2022, as he was in all alone. And now a power play here, the first of the night for Six Nations.
The Chiefs are just going to set up shop here.
Being patient they are. Shot stopped by Orleman. Vaughn Harris.
I think that's one thing the Chiefs have been really good at this regular season, is just being patient on the offensive set.
Shot, that one goes wide, bouncing right in on goal, and Orleman knew where that one was the whole time. And now here's a chance up in alone. Chris Weir scores! A shorthanded marker for Chris Weir, and it's 3-1 Cobourg.
Chris Weir hurting his former team. Of course, Chris Weir, one of those young guns that was sent to the Kodiaks from the Chiefs in exchange for Joey Capito, and that's a perfect example of why the Chiefs were so high on Chris Weir, and it was a high price to pay for Joey Capito, but Chris Weir showing a great individual effort there, and you know what, that shot, he didn't hesitate one bit.
Pair of goals in the regular season. He had a goal and a helper in 4 games with the Toronto Rock this past year. He makes it 3-1 visitors. And now Six Nations looking to respond. Austin Stotts hits the woodwork. The ball is bouncing around, and that one's going to be scooped up here by Chris Romanich. Gets around Austin Stotts. Stretch pass in. What a pass! And what a shot! And what a save by Dougie Jamieson. Wow, what a pass! And what a reception by Alex Simmons.
Heads up play by the defenders at Cobourg to put that ball all the way down the floor.
Unbelievable. That's why they are professionals. The talent that they have. Here's Cody Jamieson. Passes it over in. Stotts looks over, scores! A one-timer on the doorstep. And the Chiefs move to within one.
Tic-tac-toe and it's in. Simple enough on that. No need to go deep on that call.
Vaughn Harris.
Tic-tac-toe and Vaughn Harris, the recipient to that. We've seen a lot of Vaughn Harris scoring goals. And another one of those Chiefs players that score in different ways, but wow, look at the ball movement here.
Yeah, they
quick
kept
stick. You know, Vaughn Harris can really fire it from outside. He's got that big, heavy shot, but he's also got those nice, quick, soft hands, and that's a perfect example of that.
9 goals in the regular season. He's got his first here in the playoffs. Milligan. He finds Aaron Woods. Woods taking a look around. 5 minutes to go in this first period. 3-2 Cobourg. They're looking to extend the lead here. Passed in deep. Up top for Simmons. Simmons takes a hack from Bell. The hand is up. A penalty is going to be called here against Six Nations. There's a shot as that one's deflected wide, and the whistle's going to go and a cross check, and I think it's going to be Bell that's going to head to the box here.
4 minutes left in this period, and we've got 13 shots. Is Cody Jamieson not liking that call on Tyson Bell? So he has some words for the officials there.
Yeah, the captain still having words as he goes to the bench. Nonetheless, man advantage here for Cobourg. Up by 1. See what they can do with it. Bounced. And that'll go out of play, as that was Tanner Buck on the far side there with that attempt. Jordan Durston just passes it up here. Cody Jamieson. Jamieson here on the near side, just content to hold on to the ball and wait for his mates to get set up. Sam Leclerc cutting in. Sam Leclerc, a bounce shot. And knocked down by Orleman.
He's been one of those guys that's been fantastic for the Chiefs. So very versatile this summer in the Chiefs uniform.
Chris Weir, he's going to be content to just leave that one there. For Alex Simmons. Product formerly of the University of Denver, transferred over to Syracuse in the NCAA. Shot toward the goal, trying to find Aaron Woods on the doorstep, but one's deflected away. And here comes Leclerc, Liam Leclerc.
Another quick stick opportunity down to the offensive end for Cobourg. I think they see something here in Six Nations, trying to get Dougie Jamieson to move quick side to side.
Did they find the book on Dougie Jamieson in that last battle here just over a week ago? That one's going to be scooped up, knocked down, and standing up there is Nick Ellerton. He hands it up. Ellerton one-hands it. He finds Milligan. Wholesale changes for both sides as Milligan getting his teammates to hurry it up. 5 seconds left in the penalty to Bell. 10 seconds on the shot clock.
And like you said, Mark, a lot of familiarity between these two teams. They've played each other 4 times, and of course they played last week. I know the lineups weren't the same, but you know what? These two teams have tendencies, and a little bit of a scouting report even during that dress rehearsal last week.
Cody Jamieson taking off the ball. This is Rowan Kelly. Kelly will leave it for Ben French. Here's Weir. He finds Aaron Woods. Woods taking a look, trying to find the net down low, but that one goes wide, and Halo is going to chase this one all the way back into his own zone. And it's going to be scooped up by Cupido. Cupido shot that one right into the netting of Orleman, and Orleman will just pass that one to his defender.
Orleman's been very solid in this first period. He's dialed in, that's for certain.
The Kodiaks, that one is an errant pass.
Just a bit outside.
Little outside by Curtis and scooped up by Bell. Bell finds Stotts over inside. Gonna go wide. And one reversal there by Stotts, and he scoops it up here again. Bounces it back for Jamison. Back for Stotts. Stotts finds Bomberry. Stotts again in for Bell, and shot stopped by Orleman. The ball is loose, but it's going to be Cobourg that'll get possession here.
Versatility, that's for certain. Tyson Bell again showing that versatility. Usually a defender, he's out there, and not only in transition, he stayed out there with the offense, and he shows he has that offensive flair as well.
Under a minute to go here in the first. Been scooped up by Bomberry. Tyson Bomberry takes a look back. He finds Durston. Durston taking a look in for Bomberry, and that one is going to go off a leg and out of play. And it will be Six Nations to get the ball back here with just under 40 seconds left in the period, and the whistle goes.
It's one thing coaches Tim Bomberry and Dwayne Jacobs wanted out of their team this year, is that versatility, and Tyson Bomberry showing that as well.
Fennell shoots, that one goes off the woodwork and bounces all the way back. And Fennell is just going to scoop this one up. No shot clock left, 15 on the clock here in the first period. Fennell, last opportunity here. Will the Chiefs tie it up before the period is done? Shot on goal, and Orleman makes another save. 3 seconds left in the period, and that one's going to be scooped up. And that will do it here for the first period. A big first period for Cobourg as they make a statement here in this first period on the road. A 3-2 lead after 20 minutes. And we will be back after these messages. This is game one of the MSL playoffs. Cobourg 3, Six Nations 2. After 20 minutes, you're watching Six Nations Lacrosse here on Rogers TV. inside the Iroquois Lacrosse Arena. This is Six Nations Lacrosse on RogersTV. Cobourg 3, Six Nations 2 after 20 minutes of play. We are live on Rogers Television in Tillsonburg and Woodstock. Also, we're going to say hello to our friends on your TV in Cobourg and Port Hope. We're everywhere tonight.
We're trying to be, that's for certain.
It's game one, of course, in the MSL playoffs, the road to the Man Cup. We are on it right now. And Daryl, what did you see in that first period for Cobourg? I mean, a 3-2 lead. We talked about it last week as well, where, you know, they needed to be those road warriors last week, even with those affiliate players that were in the lineup. Now it's the big boys that are getting the job done here in this game.
And to be completely honest, Mark, the Cobourg Kodiaks are going to have to be road warriors throughout this playoff. Of course, with their home rink in Cobourg, the Cobourg Community Center, now with ice in it, they've got to move all of their home games to Baltimore. So every game's going to be a road game for these guys. And you know what? This first period, they played we talked about it last week, how they played the perfect first period for a road team. They played very tight defense. They picked their spots. They took advantage of their opportunities. They used their speed. They used transition. And again, Steve Orleman has been fantastic between the pipes tonight.
Would you say he's been the story of that first period?
Yes and no. Yeah, he's one of them, that's for sure. We also knew that the Cobourg Kodiaks defense is tight. And we talked about how these two teams have played each other 4 times. And I know that last week was a bit of a dress rehearsal with a lot of players not in, but you know what? These two teams know their tendencies. There's plays, just the way that they move the ball on offense, tendencies on defense as well. So there's no real secrets here, and I think that's the big thing compared to other seasons where maybe these two teams have maybe played twice in a regular season. They played each other 4 times, and as we get deeper, it might get nasty.
You know, speaking of nasty, you know, the physicality really picked up there in that first period. From what I've seen through the regular season, the nastiness and the physicality didn't exactly pick up all the time in the first. It was usually reserved, you know, midway through the second, up to the third period when the team started figuring themselves out. I mean, there's definitely that sense that, you know, the playoffs are here.
Absolutely, and again, there's playoff lacrosse where it's a lot tighter, and you know what, you want that intimidation in there. Again, perfect example, Billy D. Smith coming in his MSL debut this season. He hasn't played in 3-4 years, I think it is, so since the pandemic, and he's in there to intimidate. He's in there to really get under the skin of these young Cobourg players.
Of course, as mentioned, the season series was tied at 2 games apiece. Six Nations finishing 8-3-1. Cobourg, of course, the 2 victories over Six Nations were the only victories they had all season long. And I mean, you talked about it the whole way through.
Yeah.
The 1 through 4, there isn't really much separation. So, I mean, what is going to be the difference in this playoff run between these 4 teams? Again, you know, they've only played 12 games this season. But as you mentioned, every team knows each other very, very well. Like you said, there's no secrets anymore, even when you think about the other series between Peterborough and Brooklyn.
Well, you know, it may sound cliche, but it's whoever gets hot, quite honestly. And again, we talk about how these teams know each other, and there are no secrets. You know what? These teams all have all-stars on them. You know what I mean? It's one of these things that any team in MSL could beat any team any night, and that's the beauty of this league, quite frankly, and it has been one of the wonderful things about this season. And again, Cobourg only 2 wins this season, but most of their games tight. They had that week-and-a-half stretch, I think, where they had a couple of blowouts, but again, the injury bug had hit them. And it's very tight. It's anyone's, and I was talking to a good buddy of mine, Steven Stamp. How's it going, Stamper? He's going to be watching online, I hope. But you know what? We were talking about it on the phone the other day. There really is no clear-cut winner. I know Six Nations was in first place this season, but you know what? They haven't really dominated. They don't have that dominating force. They have been solid. They've been the most consistent team, I think, and they've had a consistent lineup. I think that's the biggest thing. And again, well, probably in the next intermission we'll talk about injured reserve and players coming in like Joe Reziteritz did for the Peterborough Lakers in this opening round, and again Billy D coming in here. You have guys coming in and out, and these are the lineups you're going to be seeing all the way down the stretch here. So
it's going to be an interesting series, that is for sure. Of course, we're only 20 minutes through this series between Six Nations and Cobourg. Cobourg has the lead 3-2. We'll be back for the second period of play after this. You're watching MSL Lacrosse here on Rogers TV. Welcome back to Six Nations Lacrosse on Rogers TV. We're going into the second period of play. Cobourg 3, Six Nations 2. Daryl, you got a scoring summary for me.
Oh, Shane Simpson, he started off the scoring for the Six Nations Chiefs, got them off to the roaring start. Then it was all Cobourg Kodiaks there for a while as Keelan Pilon, he scored on the power play, and then Riley Curtis and then Chris Weir scored shorthanded to give the Kodiaks a 3-1 lead before Vaughn Harris wrapped up the period with 5 minutes to go, and we were starting the second period here. Cobourg Kodiaks 3, the Six Nations Chiefs 2 in game number 1.
You know, we talked about it in the intermission. What could have been the story of that first period? It might have been special teams. You know, you got a couple of shorties in there, a power play goal in there as well. Both teams taking advantage of special teams, whether they were up a man or down a man, as the physicality continues there. Liam Leclerc just bodying two men and able to flip it back for Joey Cupido. Leclerc, good job by him to keep upright. Brendan Bomberry, one of the league's leading point getters.
He's had a fantastic season, and it was all about the assists for the longest time.
28 assists.
We had talked about it in different broadcasts where he had played the role of the facilitator, much like Cody Jamieson, and then all of a sudden both players started scoring goals.
Sean Evans, the only player to have more assists than Brendan Bomberry this season. The forward from Peterborough had 34 to Bomberry's 28. Cody Jamieson, fourth in the league with 21 assists this year. And here's Tyson Bomberry.
Says a lot about the versatility in the offense by committee almost, if you want to say that. Just the spread out offense in the Six Nations this season.
Here's Finel for Sam Leclerc. LeClaire turns around, finds his man, shot. That one goes right in on Orleman. As it looks like that was Jordan Durston on that latest attempt. Here's Romanich. Played for Albany this past year. And now Six Nations moves the ball up with speed. Here's Simpson. Shane Simpson takes a look back. Plays pitch and catch there. Brendan Bonberry. Up top for Stotts. Stotts looks, shoots right in on goal, and LeClaire takes a couple of hacks at it as he went down onto his belly, and he couldn't get it by Steve Orleman there.
Phenomenal sprawling save by Steve Orleman on the stick of LeClaire on that quick stick attempt.
Curtis passes it up to the far side. Here's Pilon. Pilon taking a look around. Pilon still with it. Up for French. French shot! And a kick save by Jamieson. Bonberry getting right in on French, and he gets dumped in front by Brendan Bonberry. But right in on goal. Pilon puts it into the net, but the official waves it off.
Had his foot in the
And now Bell is giving him the
area.
business.
Pilon had his foot in the crease area before he took the shot.
Kaminga getting around Connolly, who's giving him a couple of hacks. Durston, he loses the ball, but he takes it right back. They're moving the ball around again. Shot right in on goal. Orleman with the save on Cody Jamieson. Durston finds Vaughn Harris. Harris with the half tuck on the jersey. Here's Durston. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Bouncer right here for Harris. And here's Silver now for Jamieson. Just missed Durston. And now Finel, 9 on the shot clock. Right in on goal, a low shot by Dalton Silver, is stopped by Orleman. And the Kodiaks take over.
Dalton Silver has been a fantastic addition for the Chiefs in the last 3 weeks or so.
Yes, he has. 16 minutes to go here in the second. No scoring so far. It's still 3-2 Cobourg. French dancing in. Right toward the goal, scores! And right after he takes the shot, Simmons gets a shove, but Simmons extends the lead for Cobourg. It's 4-2.
Alex Simmons with a sidewinder there right from the side. He beat Dougie Jamieson on that one as the ball's brought back. Easy pitch and catch, but you know what? Simmons came in from the side, used his own player as a screen there and beat Dougie Jamieson. And we've got a 4-2 game here.
Simmons has been busy this season. And they'll knock the ball loose. And the Kodiaks take over here again.
Looks like Tyson Bell's going to be going to the box for a slash.
And the hand is up. Orleman to the bench. Hilo. 6 attackers on here for Cobourg. Right toward the goal as we're trying to find Riley Curtis on the doorstep. Shot toward, as that one goes wide, and it will be taken possession of by the Chiefs after Tanner Buck ripped that one wide.
And the Six Nations Chiefs defense trying to enforce that intimidation. And in this instance, it went a little too far with Tyson Bell taking an extra whack at the Kodiaks player. And Roger Nurse putting his hand up, and you have a penalty here. And the Cobourg Kodiaks with another power play this evening.
Bell trying to provide that truculence.
Truculence, I like that $50 word.
Simmons takes it, pass it over. That one goes off of Bonberry, and Bonberry is going to take it here. But Milligan will get it back. Good stop there by Woods to keep it from crossing the center line. 5 on the shot clock. Right over, shot stop, rebound, knocked loose, still loose, scores! Tanner Buck right in on the rebound, and he goes 5-hole on Jamieson. It's 5-2.
Tanner Buck, the AP. one of the young guns for the Cobourg Kodiaks. Johnny on the spot on the rebound as the Kodiaks moved the ball very well, and there was almost an opportunity there, but Buck picked up that loose ball and just fired it by Dougie Jamieson.
The key here for the Chiefs, starting to look more and more like just stay out of the box, keep this 5-on-5, and try to get back into this game. It is a 3-goal deficit now for the home side.
You're 100% right on that. And it's kind of quieted this ILA crowd down, and we got a good crowd here tonight. And it's quieted things down here, that's for certain.
This will play right into the hand of the Kodiaks, who want home floor advantage here in the first round. All they need is a victory, and now running up the floor. This is Bomberry, or rather Harris, and he takes a shot and takes a shove for his efforts. And I believe he just dumped Romanich, and it will be Von Harris going to the penalty box. The hand is up, another penalty against the Chiefs. Kelly reverses that one back. So another delayed call. The Chiefs getting into some penalty trouble here in the second period. Simmons to Pilon. Back to Simmons. Simmons looking, shooting, and that one's going to go wide. It bounces off the wall, and the horn's going to go. And Joey Cupido gives a hack to Pilon right at the end.
It's one of those things that the Six Nations Chiefs really have to ride that tightrope of aggression, where you're almost going over the top on it right now. And I know we talked about that intimidation factor and that aggression, but you really have to ride that line, that fine line. And right now, it's kind of on the not on the right end if you're a Six Nations Chiefs fan, but if you're a Cobourg Kodiaks fan, you're saying bring it on. That's for sure.
As both goaltenders get a bit of a water break. 13:47 to go in the second period. Cobourg going to the power play here once again. And we'll see what they can do with yet another opportunity. Up a man, shot wide of the goal. Tanner Buck, number 16, and looks like that was Alex Simmons who got dumped right in front of his own bench. Simmons with it here. Up top, shot scores, a bouncer. Cam Milligan able to put the one-hopper in, and it's 6-2 for the visitors.
You were saying right at the beginning of the show about power play goals and Cam Milligan being one of the top power play goal scorers in Major Series Lacrosse during the regular season. And here, just a beautiful bounce. Look at that, just a skip shot right over the Dougie Jamieson. This is just a beautiful pinpoint shot by Milligan.
He had 4 on the power play in the regular season. And he's got a big one there.
This ILA crowd is very, very quiet right now.
Can feel the tension in the air.
You really can.
In this game, and that's just not me saying stuff for the sake of saying stuff.
It's almost like there's almost a feeling of disbelief in this building right now.
They're not used to seeing this, Daryl.
No.
I mean, down by 4. The Chiefs looking to respond. Here's Austin Stotts. Up top for Silver. Silver looking around, taking a couple of hacks, 10 on the shot clock. Silver looking to do it himself, and he puts it right into the breadbasket of Orleman. And he's got it in his equipment, and he is able to get that one out.
Great effort by Silver. You need a little bit more of that if you want to be, if you're a Six Nations Chiefs fan. You need a little bit more going to the net. They're not getting to the net nearly enough, and that's full credit to Cobourg's defense so far. They've really thwarted, there's another $50 word, thwarted the Chiefs.
But on the breakaway, an opportunity stopped by Orleman as he robs Fennell on the breakaway.
He's hot tonight, that's for certain.
In any sport, if you get a goaltender that can get this hot, you never know what can happen. That one's going to be ripped wide. And
I'll use the word thwart again.
it's a good word.
Two print journalists up here, you know.
Hey, I'm a radio guy, tried and true. I just recently got back into the print game.
Got to use that. You have to use that one, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah. Up top, right in on the mask of Orleman.
That got Orleman right on the dangler.
He's stopping everything with everything in this game.
Chiefs haven't found an answer here.
And the Kodiaks looking to extend the lead. French with a shot deflected wide by Jamieson. And he's just going to scoop this ball back up with a fresh shot clock to work with.
And I know we were talking about that game last week as a bit of a dress rehearsal, a bit of a nothing game. But you know what, Mark? When you can get a victory on the road against the first place team, that's a confidence booster in itself. You know
Hilo with a shot, rebound, scores! Walking in was Simmons.
No goal.
No goal though. Kaminga over to the other side. Stotts, Stotts can't put it in. Back and forth we go. And almost delivering the hit there.
That's a highlight package in itself, that series.
As it looks like the Kodiaks just trying to get back. The Chiefs looking for some energy there, just trying to get some energy into this crowd.
Stotts with an amazing effort, but down to the other end.
Down low, trying to find Curtis. And now, shot by Milligan, stop. Milligan with another shot. It goes a one-hopper and into the screen and out of play. And there's going to be another penalty, I believe.
Ty Logan.
Logan took down Milligan in the corner at the end of that play. And I think yes, indeed, Milligan's going to go to the bench and Logan is going to go to the box.
Interference call on Ty Logan. That's just that extra shot. And I think if I were the Six Nations Chiefs coaching staff, I'd be let's stop that second hit.
So that is going to be.
Sorry about that. It's one thing to finish off, but it's another thing to add that other shot.
This is going to be power play number 6 for the Kodiaks.
Incredible.
Here's Pilo. Pilo looking. French with a shot. That one stopped by Jamieson down low. So counteract that with Cobourg only getting 1 penalty in this game. And that's not me complaining about the officiating. The officiating has been solid. Those have been all legitimate penalties. Six Nations, they have to watch it here. 6-1, the difference in penalty calls between these two teams.
It's one of those things where you have to adapt to your surroundings. I know you're at home, but if you know that the referees are going to be calling that extra shot, you have to adapt to the way that they're calling the game. You might not like it, but you have to adapt to it. And I think that's one thing that the Chiefs really have to be cognizant of here as we just went past the halfway mark in this game.
Cobourg has 3 power play goals in this game. They also got a shorthanded marker. Six Nations also has a shorty. They opened the scoring with a shorty back in the first period. Cody Jamieson getting hounded there by 2 Kodiaks. Jamieson, though, reversal right in on goal, stopped. And Austin Stotts picks it up for the fresh shot clock. And he's just going to be settling it down here on the far side. Austin Stotts.
Looked like Tanner Buck got...
There's Stotts, scores! Austin Stotts, are you kidding me? He flies through the air, and the Gladiator
Gladiators, right?
Puts the Six Nations Chiefs to win in 3.
He just took on the Cobourg Kodiaks all by himself. As you look at him, he's looking at the referee. As I was saying before the goal was scored, he was not happy with Tanner Buck. Got him in the lower areas and he looked at the ref, where's the penalty? But he didn't give up on the play, got the ball, and went with a vengeance to the net. And again, that's what the Six Nations Chiefs have to do. They have to go to the net. They have to attack right now.
And Austin Stotts did that and just more, going over Steve Orleman as he gets his first of the postseason.
It's one thing to get shots on net. Right now it's 28-22 in favor of the Chiefs, but it's the quality of the shots. They have to get in there deep.
That one goes right off the mask as it looks like Austin Stotts took a shot.
Nick Allerton with a nice shot there.
Right in on goal and stopped by Jamieson.
And they're being
as Tyler Halls went in on net.
I was just saying, Allerton just being just as nasty defensively as the Chiefs right now. They're dishing it out. They're taking it and they're dishing it out right now.
A little bit of energy here for the Chiefs. Sam LeClaire takes a look, passes it up. There's a shot, goes wide. And Brendan Bomberry will pick it up. He's got to be big in this series. There's a shot right near the horn, and that'll ricochet all the way back. And of course, Brendan Bomberry, it's the one assist so far in this game. He assisted on the Harris marker.
They've really homed in on the Six Nations Chiefs offensive guns.
They've been relatively silent. There's a shot as that one goes wide of the net by Simmons, and all the way down the floor and trying to cross the line before his substitution came off. And the whistle goes. The official says, oh no, Cody Jamieson, nice try there. Here's Vaughn Harris. Harris taking a look. Shot by Jamieson, he knocks down Domney, and he comes down on goal, stopped by Jamieson, and it'll be scooped up. Under 7 minutes to go here in the second. 6-3 for Cobourg.
In that last offensive set for the Six Nations Chiefs, Cobourg Kodiaks led by Scott Domney, they're really getting into the lanes, the passing lanes, not giving the Chiefs anything to get inside on. They're really cutting off those passing lanes.
Romanich hits it back to Weir. Weir will just leave it, and he goes to the bench. Cam Milligan, the captain, up top, shot right in on Jamieson. He makes the save. And now trying to stretch the floor here, Eric Fennell runs up. Just goes over to the far side. Fennell in for Silver, and that one's going to be stopped by Orleman. LeClaire looks to finish his check there and behind the goal, and here's Kalen Pilon.
That's another example. Finish your check, but be smart about it. Oh, what a goal.
My goodness. Aaron Woods.
Aaron Woods with a beautiful touch on that goal. Aaron Woods just streaking down on the left side. He receives a pass, a quick stick, puts it over top of Jamieson here. We'll see they just missed the replay on that one, but a beautiful transition goal by the Kodiaks. And once again, Mark, the Cobourg Kodiaks with an answer this evening. That's been their MO tonight.
A bit of an audible hush here in the crowd. A big crowd here for game one. And they're looking to get back into it. Austin Stotts for Capito. Capito taking a look. Finds Stotts again. Stotts taking a look again. Stotts around, up, Harris, shot, scores! Over the shoulder of Orleman.
And there's the Vaughn Harris that we've known all season long. They tucked that one. Went top cheddar. We're going to use Austin Stotts' Twitter handle there.
Where Mama hides the cookies.
I'd say peanut butter, but my 4-year-old is allergic to peanut butter.
I had cookies, I had peanut butter up there. Vaughn Harris just knocked them all off the shelf with that shot.
That was beautiful. That was like he was playing in the backyard and he knocked a can right in the corner.
Just target practice for
can of corn.
Yep, just a can of corn.
That's 2 for Vaughn tonight.
And that gets the Chiefs to within 2. Here's Shane Simpson. He's going to leave this one back for Austin Stotts.
If you're a Six Nations Chiefs fan, you want one more here to close out this second period.
Bromberry overshot and stopped by Orleman.
You want to gather some sort of momentum, and of course, if you're a Cobourg Kodiak fan, you really want to hush the crowd again and get that answer.
Bromberry up top. Stotts, look, shoots. A one-hopper goes wide, and here's Brendan Bromberry with 15 on the shot clock. Looking, Durston, shot, stopped by Orleman. Shot clock refresh. Chiefs still with it. They are pressing hard here, down by 2. Stotts, shot. That one goes wide of the net. And this will be picked up here by Chris Weir. Just over 4 left here in the second. It is 7-4 for the Kodiaks. They're looking to try and add to the lead here, but it's going to be scooped up. Here comes Billy D. Up top for Cupido. Cupido overshot. Stopped by Orleman. The ball is still loose. Orleman had a couple of shoves there at the end as Cody Jamieson had to muscle his way out of the crowd there.
A great transition opportunity for the Chiefs. And that's one thing the Chiefs were really strong at this regular season was that transition game. They really haven't got that started tonight especially. And again, that's all kudos to the Cobourg Kodiaks and them just shutting down the passing lanes.
Liam Leclerc and Aaron Woods in behind the net there. And Leclerc is able to get the ball up. Tyson Bromberry goes to the far side. Vaughn Harris. Harris. Inside shot. A beautiful shoulder save by Orleman on Dalton Silver.
He is so calm, cool, and collected in that crease right now. Stephen Orleman is. It's unbelievable.
He does not look phased one bit. He's only given up 4. He's faced a ton of rubber here in this game. French goes up top for Pilo. They're moving the ball around. Shot right before the shot clock expires, and Cupido will pick it up here. Cupido, who would be 1-on-4, so he's just going to run and cross the line and get set up. Cupido to Bromberry. Back up for Stotts. Austin Stotts looking, and that one stopped by the stick of Orleman. Bromberry looking to pick it up. He does so. Gets through a crowd. Bromberry for Durston. And now Jamieson. Jamieson up top, and that one's going to go wide. Rebound!
What a save!
Saved by Orleman! Another shot, and that one is stopped by the shoulder. Steve Orleman is on tonight, folks.
He is on fire.
Oh my, what a kick save.
Did you see that recovery? Holy smokes. He was down in that butterfly position, got right back up and made the glove save.
And that is going to go in as the Chiefs press the action, and they finally get it by Orleman, who's been a brick wall tonight.
I love the emotion of Austin Stotts after that goal. He's like, we got one by him here. Again,
just watch the
Chiefs
passing around here.
Just move the ball around. Looks like Stotts, he's one of the guys with the hot stick, and he just beats.
He says, not tonight, folks.
No, not
this
in
is
our
our house.
Not in our house.
As Austin Stotts gets on the board again, and a big knockdown. Bell with the physicality, and now a chance here for Cupido. Cupido on a breakaway, shot, and that one stopped by Orleman again.
Despite that huge save by Orleman, momentum all rolling for the Chiefs here with that goal. And we said about 5 minutes ago, if you're a Chiefs fan, you want that one goal. They make it a one-goal game.
Simmons gets it to Pilo. Pilo on the near side. Around, shot right in on Jamieson. And Jamieson will just leave it here. 50 seconds to go in the first. Logan up top. And now inside, and going down was Finel as he took that shot. And it will be the Chiefs getting possession here. Fresh shot clock. Shot scores! Austin Stotts had the hat trick, and the Chiefs are within one.
Austin Stotts cannot be beat right now. That's for sure. He's on a mission. And Stotts, all sorts of abuse. It doesn't matter what kind of abuse he takes. He'll get the ball. He'll just fire it. That's the second time he's fired from long distance and beat Orleman.
Air Stotts is flying first class here in Six Nations tonight.
Momentum
first
shift.
Class performance.
The momentum shift is, the pendulum is swung in the favor of the teal and the orange here, I think.
What a game we are having here between these two sides, Daryl.
I love the playoffs. Whole new
hacking. Here's Jamieson, and the Chiefs will call timeout just as Jamieson takes possession. So the Chiefs will get the ball here with 25 on the clock.
You know what, Mark? The one thing I love about sports, and I've covered sports for over 20 years in a different variety of mediums. One thing I love is playoff sports, playoff lacrosse especially. You know, you have just this next level intensity when the playoffs come. And we talked about dress rehearsals last week, and the whole regular season's like a dress rehearsal, and you have these world-class athletes putting on a show. But when you come to playoff time, that goes along with like senior A hockey, junior lacrosse, baseball. They're just players just take it up to that next level. And right now, the veteran players on the Six Nations Chiefs, those guys that have been there during Man Cup runs and during NLL championship runs, have really turned up the juice right now.
Of course, Joey Cupido winning a NLL championship with Colorado this past year.
Well, and you have NLL championships on the floor. You got Brendan Bomberry, you've got Cody Jamieson, and the list goes on.
Six Nations looking for their first Man Cup since 2016. They went 3 and 4 years, capped off by the 2016 championship. Cobourg established in 2016. They're looking for their first championship.
Of course, in the move from Kitchener-Waterloo.
And the hush on the crowd. They're down by 1, 13 left in the period. Bomberry up top. Jamieson shot. That one goes off a body. And the Chiefs will keep possession here. Stuttering around. Ricochet right toward the goal. And Orleman throws it right toward the goal. And that is going to do it. It's not going to hit the net anyway.
Get the curling brooms out for that one. What a period.
That was an excellent period of lacrosse. Austin Stotts with the hat trick. But it is the Chiefs that are down by 1 through 40 minutes of play. We will be back with the second intermission. Right after this, you are watching Game 1 of the MSL playoffs from Six Nations here on Rogers TV. inside the Iroquois Lacrosse Arena. We are through 40 minutes of play in Game 1 of the MSL playoffs. Game 1 between Six Nations and Cobourg. And Daryl Smart, what a second period that was. Cobourg took advantage of power play after power play after power play, but Six Nations said, "You're not getting away with it that easily."
And again, we're going to look through the highlights here, and this was Alex Simmons. He opened the scoring. And you know what? It just seemed like Cobourg Kodiaks had an answer for everything, and this is Tanner Buck with his goal. And a beautiful Johnny on the spot on the right side there as he took the ball, just fired it by Dougie Jamieson. And again, the momentum. All Cobourg here in the second period, the top half of the second period, is Cam Milligan with that skip shot that beats Jamieson.
Yeah, third power play of the game. Third power play goal of the game for Cobourg there.
They were on fire. And then the Austin Stotts show began with Air Audie with his first of 3 in the period. And again, there's Vaughn Harris with the tucks that one up high where the mama hides the cookies. And here's the Aaron Wood goal. And just a beautiful transition goal. You know what? The Cobourg Kodiaks have been fantastic in transition tonight, and they've taken advantage of their opportunities, and that was a perfect example. And here we go again. Austin Stotts, this is his second of the night. He just fires it. He went deep on the first goal, goes deep in the second, and here's a beautiful save. Here's this beautiful, there's one of many beautiful saves by Steve Orland. He was on fire. As here we go, this is going to be the last Austin Stotts goal that makes it a 1-goal game at 7-6. He just rifles that one. He's not denied. And just like you said at the top of the intermission show, not in our house.
That's that postseason energy you like to see. The Six Nations Chiefs, they were down 6-2. They were down 7-3. But there's a reason why they were the top seed coming into the postseason. They just have been consistent all season long, and even when they're down to a big deficit, we've seen them fall into deficits before. But in the playoffs, that seemed, we talked about it in that second period, Daryl, there was that audible hush here in the crowd. But Six Nations really brought that energy back. But most importantly, we talked about it in the period when it came to the penalty trouble. It seemed like after that last goal by Cam Milligan, that third power play goal, Six Nations really started to figure it out and learn, okay, this is going to be called, that's going to be called. Let's try and take advantage of what we can control here and stay out of the box.
Absolutely, Mark. And that's what we were talking about that during the second period about, you know what, you have to know your environment, and you know the referees, and again, they're calling a good game, but you have to know if they're going to call that first and second shot after the play. You can't do that. You just have to adapt to your surroundings, and we spoke about a lot about that during the second intermission, or during the second period. Another thing, the Six Nations, and we talked about that veteran lineup, and you were talking about that hush here at the ILA. One thing about the Six Nations Chiefs this season, and it's one of those things that has been talked amongst the team, this dressing room is a very close-knit dressing room, and it's one of the tightest dressing rooms the Chiefs have had in years, and it's been one of those underlying things that nobody's really talked about except for the people in the Chiefs camp. And you know what, like you said, there was a hush over the crowd, and I think those veterans said something on the bench, and when a guy like Cody Jamieson speaks, everybody listens. Everybody in the world listens, especially his teammates. And all of a sudden, just with the snap of a finger, they were very, very disciplined in that last half of the second period. And you could see that discipline and that aggression was channeled into offense.
We'll see what happens with the third period coming up after this short break. It's a 7-6 game. The Cobourg Kodiaks retain the lead, and both teams, score 4 goals in that second period. Who's going to come out with this, and what's going to be the key to that third period?
Whoever hunkers down defensively, honestly. Cobourg's done a great job of that. Like we've said throughout the broadcast, that they've done a great job of just getting in the way in those passing lanes. They haven't given, or they haven't allowed the Chiefs to do much offensively except this last half. And I think what's happened for the Chiefs as they've turned on that pressure. They were sitting back a little bit, trying to wait for that perfect opportunity, and that back half of the second period, they were going for it. They were becoming more aggressive, and if you're a Six Nations Chiefs fan, you want them to be more aggressive. You want them to attack, and defensively, they just have to stick to their guns. And if you're a Cobourg Kodiaks fan, you have to stick to that defensive game plan. They've been fantastic, and you know what? And be opportunistic. And Kodiaks have been phenomenal in this game of being opportunistic, whether it be in transition or on the power play.
They'll look for home floor advantage. They have 20 minutes to go to hold on to this lead. It's 7-6 Cobourg over Six Nations. The third period up next. You're watching the MSL playoffs here on RogersTV. Back inside the Iroquois Lacrosse Arena, third period already underway. Liam Leclerc with a shot. That one goes down low. And the Kodiaks looking to recover. The Kodiaks 7, the Chiefs 6.
That's not a good look if you're a Six Nations Chiefs fan, is Austin Stotts on the ground rolling over, and he's favoring that knee. That's not good, as Dave Sowden, a trainer.
He's going to go check on him here.
Longtime trainer Dave Sowden. He, of course, he's a local guy. He's with the Halifax Thunderbirds as well. Actually, funny story, Saudi and I, baseball player, old baseball teammates.
Yeah, he's barely putting any weight on that leg, and he's just going to run off. What a warrior.
He really is, that's for sure. And a quick story about Dave Sowden, the trainer there. He is the maker of the legendary Brian Pickles. It's playoff time, I know. We were talking about it last week. I was talking to Saudi about those pickles, and it's a bit of a tradition in the Six Nations Chiefs locker room around this time when cucumber season is upon us. Saudi makes some phenomenal brine pickles. And if he has some, I'm definitely going to be grabbing some tonight.
Pickles are delicious.
Pickles to go, that's for sure.
The Chiefs are in a bit of a pickle here, down by 1. And now without their star player in Austin Stotts, they're looking to recover. Here's Eric Fennell.
If I know Austin Stotts well enough, he'll be out there the next shift.
This is playoff lacrosse, folks. I'm sure you'll see him at some point, that's for sure. Down the floor comes Romanich. Romanich waits for French, and Romanich is just going to go to the bench. Here's French. Milligan down for Woods. Simmons to Pilo. This is Simmons, or rather that's French. French turning around, 1 second on the shot clock. Great defense shown on the far side there by Liam Leclerc, keeping the offensive player at bay and preventing that shot from going.
And we were talking about it at the beginning of during the intermission, all about hunkering down on defense. Perfect example of that.
Up top for Cody Jamieson. Jamieson still with it. 9 on the shot clock. Jamieson looking, shooting right into the crest of Orleman, but it's still loose and it's going to be picked up here. Here's Kelly. Kelly up top. He finds Atwood for Simmons. Simmons looking around. The NCAA product finds his man, Pilo. Down for Simmons, 5 on the shot clock, ripped wide. And Logan is gonna go after it here. He'll pick it up. Fresh shot clock here for the Chiefs. And he finds Joey Cupido. Fennell taking a couple of shots there from Connolly. Fennell looking over, Durston finds his man, shot, scores, and we are tied. Mason Kaminga goes down low on Orleman.
Mason Kaminga is one of those young guns on the Six Nations Chiefs lineup, and he just rifles that. We see her on the replay, and he is amped.
That is the answer you want if you're a Chiefs fan early on in this third period, tying this game up.
And just looking down the Kodiaks bench, John Webb, my buddy John Webb, who's the general manager of the Kodiaks and one of the coaches here, just kind of shrugged that one off and told his guys, it's okay, that's only one. We've got lots of time left here in the third.
Milligan finds his man. Dancing in there is Buck. Up top, shot, and that one is blocked by Jamieson down low. And now the ball's still loose, trying to get it loose. 3 men in there for the Chiefs, 2 for the Kodiaks. Who's gonna get it? And it will be scooped up by Simpson. The loose ball, Simpson runs up the floor. Leaves it for Jamieson. Jamieson up top. And look who's back, folks. Austin Stotts, and he's wearing the knee brace. Stotts going in, scores! No! He stepped in the crease right at the last second. Austin Stotts, we thought he had another highlight reel goal there.
No fear. He's got to have that on the back of his helmet, that's for sure.
Simmons here for the Kodiaks. Shot. That one's wide of the net. And now an opportunity here for Kuminga. Kuminga, he'll turn back around. Runs to the other side, and he's just pushed to the wrong side of center by Weir. And the Kodiaks able to get possession. Milligan plays pitching catch with Aaron Woods. Milligan looking, shot blocked down low by Jamieson, and he makes another save. Looking for the errant pass on Logan. Logan and Woods scooped up here by Bell, and the whistle's gonna go, and it's gonna be Kodiak's ball.
That's such a Owen down with it. I believe it was, no, sorry, that was Aaron Woods. He was trying to do that over the shoulder catch. Wow.
The Kodiaks looking to respond after Mason Kuminga tied it up just a moment ago. Down low, up top, and that one wouldn't have counted anyways. Aaron Woods stepped in the crease as he tried to take that shot from up top. Here's Von Harris. Jordan Durston pitches it over for Dalton Silver. Trying to find Fennell going in down low. Here's Silver. Shot right in on Orleman. Orleman makes the save. He'll scoop it up with under 14 minutes to go in regulation. 7-7 the score. Kelly, he'll bounce that one back for Simmons. Simmons with it again. Simmons twisting around, trying to find his man, and Bomberry scoops it up. Tyson Bomberry, a 3-on-1 with Liam Leclerc up top for Leclerc, and he can't put it in, but Leclerc will scoop it up. Liam Leclerc still with it. He's got Milligan on him. Inside for Cupido. Cupido, fresh shot clock and fresh legs on here for the Chiefs. Cody Jamieson. Jamieson taking a look around. Jamieson still with it. Good patience there. Finds Stotts, who rips it wide. That misses Harris and scooped up there. Great job by Bomberry to just send that one right back in deep and allow a fresh change to get onto the floor before the Kodiaks can press the action.
The Chiefs really pressing on the offensive end, even when they're in trouble or in deep, they're really pressing right now.
Ball's up top for Chris Weir. Simmons. Simmons, around shot. A one-hopper goes off of the glove of Jamieson and out of play, so the Kodiaks get the ball back. Ben French. There's a shot, scores! And the Kodiaks retake the lead, and it's Kalen Pilo who got the one-hopper in.
That's just a great shot from outside. Kodiaks working the ball, and he just skipped that one right into the feet of Dougie Jamieson. And that's not the first time that the Kodiaks have been trying to put that ball right into the feet of Jamieson. And that one got right by him on the left side, or on the right side there.
Pilo with his second of the game, third point of the night. How about this? Tanner Buck, he's got a goal and 4 helpers. Alex Simmons with a goal and 3 helpers in this game. Austin Stotts, the leading scorer for Six Nations, 3 goals, 2 assists. Von Harris with a pair of goals as well. And here's Austin Stotts, down by 1. Stotts looking to respond, trying to one-hand that one over to Fennell. Logan with a shot right into the crest of Steve Orleman, and he'll pick this one out of his equipment.
That's one thing about these two teams and their offenses. We talked about the offense by committee for Six Nations, but it's been like that a little bit, especially down the stretch for the Kodiaks, especially when they've had to dig deep into their lineups because of injury.
Cam Milligan taking a couple of hacks from LeClaire, but he's able to get it up. Finds Aaron Woods. Aaron Woods getting a couple of shoves as he's almost knocked down, but LeClaire gets it up for Capito. He's got Stotts with him. Capito shot. That one bounces off the floor and out of play.
That 2-on-1 looked like Capito's first game for the Chiefs when they were playing the Kodiaks in Cobourg, and he kept that one all to himself as well.
Capito had a 4-goal night back on June 26th. There's a shot by Jamieson, stopped by Orleman. Yeah, Capito 4 goals, 1 assist. Oh. Shot, my goodness! Diving in front of the net was Cody Jamieson, but he's unable to get it by Orleman.
Putting his body on the line.
That's what playoff lacrosse is all about. You leave it all on the floor. Vaughn Harris trying to find his man in deep. But it's going to be snatched up here. Chris Weir moves up the floor. .16 on the shot clock. The Kodiaks looking for an answer. Pilon with a shot. That one goes wide. And this is going to be picked up here by Logan. Logan. He'll just move over to the near side and wait for that fresh line to come on. Austin Stotts and Eric Fennell now on the floor.
Shane Simpson had some words going to the bench.
Stotts in for Fennell, down low, and good protection down low by Orleman.
That's a great save by Orleman. Not fancy, not at all, but
Stotts with the intercept. Stotts looking, shot, that one goes wide. Stotts still picks it up, scores! Austin Stotts, he's got 4, and what a goal that was!
Oh boy. Oh man. Does this guy surprise you at all, honestly? Like, this is just...
Oh! Shoots it wide, rebound, picks it up on the backhand.
Not gonna lie, I kind of thought he was going to do that. I don't want to say that now, but he's just one of those guys who will get the ball, and he knows he's got nobody with him. He's going to try and... It goes back to that old adage where you make lemonade out of a giant lemon. He had a giant lemon, he squeezed the lemonade, and he tied this game up 8-8 with 9:45 to go in the third period.
You see him do that quite a bit this season, Daryl Smart, but it's most of the time, it's, get it toward the net, see if something happens at the end of the shot clock. That one, the shot clock's not even close to being done, and he just fires it toward the goal as if, no big deal, just a backhand right over the shoulder.
Well, that's one thing I've been talking about all season long about some of these Six Nations Chiefs players. They just have that backyard creativity where they play. It's almost like playing in the backyard. You just fun little shots like that, and things that's a shot that you would try in the backyard, honestly. But
when you
a seasoned veteran like Austin Stotts, you know what? He's done that so many times in the backyard. You might as well try it in the game.
37 goals in 15 games with the San Diego Seals this past year. And what a 2022 he is having. He's got 4 goals, half of the total here for Six Nations. And it is 8-all with 9:15 to go in regulation. LeClaire gets it up for Durston.
And we talked about that scoring by committee. One night, one guy will have 3 goals, and another night, someone else.
Speaking of chances there, Sam LeClaire tried to dive through the crease, but he missed the net. Dylan Hutchinson will get it over to Conley. Conley on the run. Here is Atwood. Atwood on the near side. Atwood passes it back. Here's Alex Simmons. Simmons still with it. 4 on the shot clock. He's got to get it off, and that one's blocked in front.
We haven't talked a lot about Dougie Jamieson. he's just been there. He's made the saves when he's had to. And during that last break, you could see when he was getting that water break, he was talking to Warren Hill, of course, two old buddies, and being a tandem this season, both all-star goaltenders. So, you know, Warren had some words of advice and encouragement for him during that break.
This is Dalton Solver, who's taken off the ball and picked up here by Cody Jamieson. Shot clock is over, and he's just going to reverse that one all the way back.
You know what? That's knowing his arena. That thing didn't even touch the ceiling here, but it came oh so close. You could tell he's done that a few times when the arena is empty.
Here's Milligan. Milligan up top for Pilon, or rather that is Ben French. And it'll be picked up here. Here's Bell, down the floor he goes. Bell, he's got Leclerc on the far side, and gets it over to Fennell. Fennell back for Durston.
Just different looks. Bell playing offense tonight.
Sam Leclerc with it, shot down low, trying to find Orleman in between the legs, but no dice.
The other night it was, last week it was Joey Capito playing defense for the Chiefs, and this week we have Tyson Bell playing offense.
It's a little bit of everything on this team. Very well-rounded.
That's that versatility. They want to fool you in different ways. They want to attack, and they want to keep you on your toes.
Simmons. And deep, scores!
That's a beautiful goal.
Tanner Buck.
Tanner Buck's having himself a game tonight as well. Like you said, he's been involved all night long, and he spins off the check there, and he puts that one in. This is just a nice play.
I think this is going to be a last goal wins kind of scenario between these two teams. They just go back and forth.
That was just a beautiful play. Spun off the defender, and it was almost like a drill in practice where you just practice spinning off the defender and getting the shot off as quick as you can. And that's what Buck did, and he beat Jamieson.
Tanner Buck, 2 goals in this game to go with those 4 assists. And now the Kodiaks with the lead here once again. Domini puts that one back to Aaron Woods, and he's going to go off. Milligan directing traffic up top. 10 on the shot clock. What are they going to do here? Milligan right in on goal, down low, scooped up here. And Shane Simpson all the way down. Here's Vaughn Harris. Harris finds Stotts. What kind of magic does he have up his sleeve here? 9-8 is the score. 6 minutes left in regulation. Sam Leclerc.
I've said it all night long. The Kodiaks have just had a response for everything that the Chiefs have thrown at them tonight.
And down low, 2 seconds left on the shot clock as that one deflects wide, and Weir will pick it up. And Kodiaks will hold on to it. Weir will just leave it for Chris Atwood. Simmons. Up top for Woods. Here's Simmons again. Simmons, inside shot, stopped by Jamieson. And some good body work there by Billy D.
He's settled in after that first period. He took that penalty basically on his first possession, but after that he's really settled in, and you could tell the conditioning is there.
Durston reverses it back for Fennell. Fennell still with it. 5 on the shot clock. Huge defensive possession there.
That's a perfect
huge defense, rather, by Cobourg.
That's a perfect example of the Cobourg defense. Scott Domini, right all over. He's all over Eric Fennell on that. And what he's doing, he's playing man on man, but he's also closing out those passing lanes. What a fantastic job by one of the best defenders in the league this season, Scott Domini.
Leclerc shoves Milligan after he gets that pass away. There's French on the far side. French still with it. Up top for Milligan. Bouncer right in on goal and stopped by Jamieson. And it'll be scooped up here. Up for Cupido. Cupido finds Stotts. Stotts still with it. Lots of time left on the shot clock. Cody Jamieson still with it. Jamieson has it knocked loose, but he picks it up with 10 on the shot clock. Jamieson cuts inside, trying to find a shooting lane. He passes it, shot. That one goes wide of the net, and Weir will pick it up.
Just another example of those passing lanes being cut right off by the Kodiaks.
This is a statement game if you're Cobourg.
Well, it's funny. Everybody kind of thought this was a bit of a laugher series. This is going to be a 4-game series, but like we were saying, there are no days off in Major Series Lacrosse.
Shot wide by Simmons. Bell. He finds Logan. 3 minutes to go here in regulation. Austin Stotts. Finds Silver. Silver. In for Stotts. Stotts, shot, scores! We're tied again! And Stotts has 5!
As he waves the finger, no, no, no. He's just gumming Orleman after he scores the goal.
Austin Stotts says, I got 5 on it. And he puts some heat back into the building here on a hot summer's night.
He put some heat into the building, and he took some heat off that shot. He just kind of let off on that and changed it up with the pace on his stick and fooled Orleman. And guess what, Mark? We're all tied up. How's your voice doing?
It's doing okay.
Holding up.
Daryl, maybe if you can remind the fans here as well. You know, we talked about it last week, the overtime rules in the regular season. What could we potentially look forward to with a playoff overtime?
We'll be playing a 10-minute overtime, first overtime, full 10-minute, and then after that, it'll be just sudden victory.
Who's got the energy left in the tank? 2:25 to go. We are tied at 9. What a game this has been. Simmons with a shot, he misses wide as the shot clock expires. Tanner Buck with 2 goals and 4 assists. Alex Simmons a goal and 5 helpers in this game. Austin Stotts 5 goals, 2 assists. Eric Fennell 3 assists. A number of players here on the scoreboard for both teams. Under 2 minutes to go here in regulation. This is game 1 of the MSL postseason. The road to the Mann Cup kicking off tonight between these two teams. Brooklyn and Peterborough, their series is tied at 1. Game 3 is tomorrow night at 8 o'clock in Peterborough. Check your local listings if you are in those viewing areas. There's a shot on goal, stopped, rebound, scooped up by Aaron Woods. It's knocked loose, and Milligan trying to reverse shot, and stopped by Jamieson again. Game 2 in this series will be Friday night at 8 o'clock. But it will be Six Nations on the road. And of course, Cobourg also on the road. But we'll get into that when we get to it. Minute 10 left here in regulation. We still got a lot of lacrosse left to be played here. Eric Fennell up top for Durston. He can't scoop it up. And running up the floor here. Here's a chance, and later on goal! Good work! Tyler Hall's at a breakaway, and he puts it off the iron. 50 seconds left in regulation. Domini will pick it up here, and he finds Tanner Buck. A shootout at the OK Corral here tonight. Shot and scooped up by Jamieson. And here comes Bell, 30 seconds left on a breakaway. Here's a chance for Austin Stotts, scores! Austin Stotts!
Have yourself a game, Austin Stotts.
6 goals, 25.8 seconds on the clock. And Austin Stotts has has given Six Nations their first lead of the game, and it is a big lead late here in regulation.
Have yourself a game, Austin Stotts. Oh boy. This guy knows dramatics.
Oh, I mean, you think about 6 goals.
Top 10.
Not to mention the injury he had at the beginning of this period, Daryl, and just comes back and just shakes it off like it's nothing.
Top 10 goes top 10.
8 points. Austin Stotts is in on 8 of the 10 goals for Six Nations here tonight. And now Cobourg are down by 1 with 20 seconds left, and the whistle goes. Oh, timeout is called. Oh my goodness, from the jaws of defeat, Daryl Smart.
Well, we've said it all along in this broadcast. The Six Nations Chiefs have had a habit, especially early on in the season, they've had a habit of coming from behind. They would get down and they'd have to dig deep in that third period. And you know what? The Six Nations Chiefs, led by Austin Stotts, has dug down deep. And we have to go back to the second period when Cam Milligan scored that goal, and you can hear a pin drop.
Not a single penalty has been called.
Actually, if I may, you can hear someone eating a chicken wrap in the building. That's it. That's how quiet it was. If someone was eating a chicken wrap, you would have been able to hear it.
I heard the crunch, and I think the Six Nations Chiefs bench heard that crunch.
Well, and we talked about that veteran leadership. And you have guys right along the bench that have all won championships, and at one point it did not look good. And I think they looked each other in the eye, and they've just said, let's step up. It's playoff time. And as their motto goes, let's heat up. And that's exactly what Austin Stotts has done. He has certainly heated up here.
Not since Ty Logan went to the box at 10:08 of the second period have there been a penalty called in this game. The discipline has been excellent.
It's all about adapting.
The cross has been excellent. 10 seconds to go. A wild scramble there in the Cobourg zone. And the Chiefs take possession. 3 seconds left. And the Chiefs have drawn first blood here in the MSL playoffs.
Fitting that the leader of the team grabbed that loose ball at the end of the game and circled around the floor so nobody else could get it. Very fitting.
And listen to this crowd, Daryl. A 10-9 victory. The Six Nations Chiefs. They were down 6-2. They were down 7-3. And they said, not in our house, not tonight. Game 1 goes to Six Nations. Game 2, Friday night at 8 o'clock. Check your local listings. And then game 3, we will be back here Sunday, 7 o'clock. You might have a different broadcast partner, as I will not be available on Sunday. But nonetheless,
that's all right.
It is what it is.
I'm going to be coming in from the cabin, so the family's on holidays, and I'll be coming in from the cabin. But what a game. The shots on net to finish this one off. 54-42 in favor of the Chiefs. Steve Horleman was unreal for most of this game, and actually this entire game he was unreal. He was an absolute factor in this one. And yeah, you know what, this was one of those games where the Kodiaks almost played the perfect away game, and if it weren't for Austin Stotts,
Air Stotts took flight and said, Steve Horleman, you may have had a great game, but I'm taking over. And he said, lift off. And he responded with 6 goals in the second and third period combined. Let's take a look real quick at some of the highlights in this contest, because we had a lot to go through. It was a 10-9 final.
And there's the goal by Mason Kaminga that started it all for the Chiefs in the third period. And here's Stotts putting his body on the line again. That one didn't go in, and actually that was the play that there was a fantastic Kodiaks opportunity after that, and there's a goal by the Kodiaks here. And Stotts Again, there's that goal, that creativity, and that will to win.
It was just answer after answer after answer both ways.
Oh man, that's a perfect example. There's Tanner Buck.
Yeah, that made it 9-8 in this game. And then Austin Stotts.
Just incredible. It was a fun night of lacrosse, that's for sure. And Austin Stotts putting on a show like he likes to do.
And then look, what a breakaway.
He's just going top cheddar.
When Austin Stotts goes in alone like that, he doesn't miss too often, as there you can see the scramble.
And there's the end of the game. The leader of this Chiefs team, Cody Jamieson, picking up the Lucy and ending the game. What a nail-biter. What a thriller.
This was a thriller indeed. And like we said, Daryl, you know, Six Nations, they did not take the lead until that goal by Austin Stotts right at the end. Cobourg, as you mentioned before, they played a great road game. They kept Six Nations at bay with solid defense. They had a 4-goal lead, not once, but twice. And then Six Nations, of course, Austin Stotts leading the way, able to just take over and just capture game one from the jaws of defeat. And now you got to wonder what Cobourg is going to be responding with in game two, coming up in about 48 hours.
Well, you can go two ways about this. That could be completely deflating or one with the momentum, just to say, hey, we've hung with these guys. This has been the top team in the league all season long. They've gone pretty much station to station this regular season, and the Cobourg Kodiaks were able to hang with the top team in the league. And I think maybe in that dressing room, John Webb and the rest of the brain trust will be telling them, we can hang with this team, stick with it. And you look down at the other end in the Six Nations Chiefs locker room, and you have that togetherness, that veteran leadership. And let's play more of a complete game. I think that's the big message that's going to be spread by coaches Tim Bomberry, Dewey Jamieson, or Dewey Jacobs, and John Tavares.
Game two, Friday night, 8 o'clock in Baltimore, I do believe.
Baltimore, yes.
Baltimore. It's not Baltimore, Maryland. It's just north of Cobourg. That is an 8 o'clock start. Game 3 right here Sunday at 7 o'clock in Six Nations. Game 4 next Wednesday at 8 p.m. Again, check your local listings or check the Major Series Lacrosse website for all the start times. It's going to be quite the road to the Mann Cup if game 1 of this series is any indication. For Daryl Smart, for everybody behind the camera, for the production crew, for everybody involved in putting this on the air, my name is Mark Perry saying so long. Game 2 coming up on Friday nights. See you.